Hello, everybody. My name is Taylor,
And I'm Justin,
and this is.
the FallCast.
So, this is a show where me and my buddy Justin talk about random things, and I think to start that off, I think I want to talk about weird sleep schedules because it's something that me and Justin both deal with a lot.
For instance, oh, by the way, hi, I'm Justin, and I'm the buddy he mentioned. So to put into perspective right now, I'm coming off of a night shift from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., and I haven't gone to bed yet. Now, Taylor, what pattern are you running with?
I work really weird hours as well. Because, like, most people in the working world kind of work 9 to 5. Like, that's the idea. I work from, like, 2 until 10. So it's almost completely opposite. So I like to wake up a little bit later in the evening. So I'm actually, like, up 4 hours before I'm actually supposed to. So you, like, oscillate your sleep schedule, right?
So yeah, the shift I work is actually kind of a little bit funky because I do the shift rotation. That's 7 to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 7. And every single week it's different. Most cases I stay on the same crew, but then even sometimes that's even thrown for a loop because I can go from doing a week of days and then get thrown on another week of days and then be thrown on a week of night shift.
So, something that I've noticed having a weird sleep schedule, because my sleep schedule has been kind of the same until I have to go back to college in September. So, it's pretty much just the same, like I sleep really late. Do you ever find that other people kind of is the biggest problem about having a weird sleep schedule?
Oh
like other
my
people in your
god.
house?
Yes. Unlikely they'll ever hear this, but my neighbors are terrible.
Oh, yeah?
Like, I'm moving soon and we'll get into that, but at the moment, my living accommodations, every neighbor I have, or at least it feels like it, has 2 children ages 4 and under. And the thing about my house, I live in a duplex, and it works exactly like an amphitheater, and it's very loud. And I'm at the end.
It's almost shaped like an amphitheater, too. Like,
honestly, I could sit in the middle of that thing and hit the high note, and I'm pretty sure you could hear it all the way to the end of the street.
I think you might get shot in the face if you do that.
I live in a small town. I'm more worried about like a shoe or a dog.
No, I know that you mean like a dog coming out and attacking you, but I like to think that someone's throwing a dog at your face.
They wake up and it's just they haven't had their coffee and they just grab the first thing to their right, which just happens to be old Scruffums.
That should be Fulcher's new catchphrase. You know, when life gets you down, don't throw a dog at the window, just have some Fulchers.
Is your neighbor singing at 5 in the morning? Don't throw that dog at him. Just have Folgers.
So, you're not happy with your neighbors, and is that one of the reasons that you're thinking about moving soon?
There are other factors, because I live in a house with family. The thing about it is, sometimes I'm a little bit more unreasonable. Like, I want to throw a little bit more perspective of this from another standpoint, in that my family has to adjust to my schedule by being quiet at odd hours, especially when they have to live their daily lives.
Exactly. I mean, it's something that's really hard. I have that exact same experience. Like, everyone in my house has kind of different hours of sleep. We're all kind of night people, but that's the thing. We're all kind of night people. Some of us have to wake up early for factory jobs and stuff. So, Justin, you said that you were going to be moving soon. Let's talk a little bit more about that.
Oh, I am taking a very big step in my life by literally doing the thing that my kind fear. I'm moving out of my mother's basement.
So, you had moved out previously, right?
Yeah, I mean, for a couple of months, I moved out with my sister and her boyfriend.
Now, to reiterate, now he's saying he's moving out of his mother's basement, but what he was doing before was actually moving out of his mother's apartment into a lower apartment. So technically, you could say that he moved out of his mother's place to move into her basement.
Thank you, Taylor. Way to really crank the knife on that one.
I mean, it was a legit apartment.
But yeah, I'm moving out of my current situation and in with my brother and his girlfriend. This is going to be my first real, like, the first time I moved, it wasn't really all that big of a deal. Like, I've been paying rent for a while now, but This is going to be my first time really full out on my own.
Well, yeah, because there's no house to go back to now because everyone else in your house is moving.
Yeah, we rent currently, so when everybody moves out, everyone's gone. I'm pretty much family is moving in with other family and we're all dispersing, just kind of moving on.
It must be kind of hard because, like, If you know Justin at all, like, his family is pretty tight-knit, so it'll be kind of interesting to see them all kind of go their separate ways. I'm sure they'll be close, though.
Oh, hell yes. We're all living in the same town.
So, I actually just moved recently as well. Like, I just pretty much got fully unpacked yesterday, so it's serendipitous that we're both kind of moving at the same time, but I've had a lot of experience over the years moving, like a lot. And I think Justin knows this as well.
Well, yeah, you've bounced around a bit. What I find interesting, though, is that you've scaled down quite a bit.
What do you mean by that?
To paint a bit of a picture, the old room that Taylor used to live in was significantly larger. He had a king-size bed.
I think it was a queen-size bed.
But yes, he has a rather large bed and a rather large desk and a semi-large TV stand. At one point in time, you could put those objects in any orientation in that room. Like, it didn't matter. And there'd still be room to run, like, a lap.
The room that I had.
It's a big room.
I mean, there was kind of room to run a lap. Now, the room that I had wasn't really a room, as it was more of, like, an exercise room that I threw a bed into. The basement of our place had, like, this giant room for me to put whatever I wanted into it. It was like the size of two really large rooms put together. So on one side I had just like my bedroom stuff, and on the other side it was kind of like a makeshift living room.
And by makeshift living room you mean your dirty clothes, big comfortable chair, and bookshelf.
There was a couch too.
Oh yeah, didn't that break? The futon?
Actually, we had to put it back together. So the leather one, the old pleather couch.
Yep.
So
I have slept on it. It is a treat.
Yeah, so I mean, like, the thing about sleeping on love seats is that there's no good way to sleep on a love seat other than sleeping on your side the whole night.
If you intend to sleep on your stomach, you're gonna wake up feeling like croissant.
You've moved a lot in your life too, other than this particular move. What was like the biggest move you ever did?
The biggest move I ever did was when I was 10 years old and I moved from the large city of Hamilton, Ontario to the very small town of Campbellford, Ontario.
Ooh, Campbellford represent. I'm not from Campbellford, but I feel like more people should be happy about Campbellford.
I really don't think so.
Okay, so Campbellford is a small town north of Brighton, right? Campbellford is such a weird area because I actually had to go there for a promo event. Like, I had to cover their fair.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful out there, but it's so far north. Like, it's way, like, out of the way of anything. And you'll find that a lot in Canada. There's very dense population near the lakes and near the border, but anything north from there, the population density goes way out. There's, like, no one living in the north. The Starks are there, but they're pretty upset recently over stuff.
If we're talking about Campbellford, from the perspective of somebody who lives there, it's beautiful, but it's a very superficial town. It looks prettier than it actually is. It's a tourist trap.
So you moved to Campbellford, and then you moved to Brighton, right?
Yep. Then Brighton, and then the city I currently live in, which I'm not gonna say.
It rhymes with Schmamilton.
What? No.
I was trying to throw people off the trail.
Yes, I'm now living in Schmamilton, Ontario.
Speaking of lying to ourselves, Ribfest.
Was that transition only made because you're on a diet?
Yeah, so that is why I kind of said lying to yourself about like, oh, this is good for me. Like, I can eat this human amount of ribs and not feel like garbage by the end of the weekend.
This weekend, the town I live in is having their annual Ribfest.
A festival of ribs.
A rib of fest. Oh.
A rib fest, if you will.
Oh, baby. I am stoked for this. Like, it runs from Friday to Sunday.
So for those who may not know what Ribfest is, in Canada, it is something because I feel like people in Texas, like, they're just like, what is this? Because, you know, it's ribs all the time. It's like a county fair, except it's all based around eating ribs. So it happens every summer. Like, it just came through my town and it's moving to Justin's town next weekend. And he was actually at the one at my town. He went to mine and now he's going to his own. He loves ribs that much.
Well, what you have to understand is it's running for 3 days and I think there's about 6 or 7 rib vendors. So that means that in that span, I can hit 2 to 3 rib stands a day. and then try all the ribs. And then the thing is, you get to vote on who's the best ribber.
You know, each of the vendors has been doing it way too long because they all have like 1,000 trophies in front of their carts.
Yeah, and like you're standing there for a moment like, who am I going to go to first? Like, it doesn't really matter because eventually I'm just gonna hate myself anyways.
Already there, buddy. Already there.
See you there, pal.
Look, I'll lead the self-hatred train, like, you know.
Chugga chugga.
Justin, you actually got me into going to Ribfest. The first Ribfest I ever went to was with you and your mom.
Yes, it was. And
it was right before we went to Hamilton together that first time. That first terrible time.
Oh my gosh, that is another episode for itself.
By the way, future listeners, we cannot go to Hamilton and have a really good time. And I think that's both because of me and Justin and our chemistry, and also because Hamilton's not that great.
No, Hamilton's a pretty grungy city.
Hamilton is the Detroit of Canada.
Alright, easy, man.
What would be the Detroit of Canada?
There is no Detroit of Canada, Taylor.
I'm just saying it's the closest thing we got to Detroit.
I guess. I can't say anything, like, good about it. That's the worst part. But we've said so many bad things about so many towns.
There's stuff to do.
We've insulted a few towns on this podcast already.
Hey, you know what? Screw Madoc, alright?
I don't even know what Madoc is.
It is a small Canadian town far north of Belleville. And you know what? I don't like it. Anyway, Ribfest.
I am going with the goal in mind to destroy.
Yeah, to destroy your wallet. How much is this costing you?
Probably a full rack of ribs is probably going to come to about $20 and 7 vendors. It's not financially sound, but this is like my Christmas.
We'll call it Ribmas.
La 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 la.
It happens every summer and instead of ending with a big man stuffing presents down your stocking, it ends with a big man stuffing meat down his throat.
And you want to know who wins?
No one. Oh, the rib vendors, because all the money.
Oh, definitely. Probably by this point, I've probably put one of their kids through college.
Ribfest is like an annual thing. What is your best memory from Ribfest?
I don't know. I kind of go in, and as soon as I take that first bite of rib, I sort of black out.
I've seen him. Have you guys ever seen the movie Finding Nemo? You know when that shark like tastes blood and he gets that look in his eye? That's the exact look I've seen in Justin, because there's no you, there's no me, there is just the next set of ribs.
I wish you were exaggerating, but literally, I've been waiting all week for this. I'm antsy.
Can I bring up my really lame favorite moment of Ribfest?
You may, I guess.
I know this is your holiday, but you know my favorite moment?
my
Like,
holiday.
I feel like if you had a country, you would actually have like a national holiday where everyone got the day off and everyone got like a free ticket for ribs. My favorite thing about Ribfest is that there's not just ribs. My all-time favorite part about Ribfest is barbecued corn, which is a weird thing to be excited about, because I guess you could do that whenever you wanted. There's something about a good fire roasted corn, and also, you know what, a good old like 1 or 2 pieces of a bloomin' onion, perf, like so good.
Oh god, I ate an entire bloomin' onion last weekend. I regretted it.
Okay, well that's not a good decision. You know how much pure oil you've consumed?
When I didn't even finish it at the Ribfest. I got it in a to-go container, and by the time we got home, the to-go container was soaked.
Yeah, because it's literally just like an onion soaked in oil.
Oh, it is so good, though.
You know what's really good?
Cholesterol being low.
I was going for like a pulmonary valve being not clogged, but that works.
Please, new listeners, don't take me as this gelatinous mass that must consume meat and onion products.
It's only during Ribmas.
Yes, only during Old Ribsmas Eve that I psych myself up.
Tales tell of Justin, the curator of Ribmas Eve. Now, all the kids, they love hearing about stories about Justin and how he'll crawl in your little lawn parties and he'll take all the ribs.
But the thing about it is, he will punish the bad boys and girls by taking their ribs too. Now, he doesn't even eat those ribs because that's cannibalism. He just doesn't like children.
Oh, he's taking their actual ribs. I thought you meant like their... Oh my god, this is not a good story.
Dolores, call the cops!
And with that, I think this ends the first episode of the FallCast. My name is Taylor.
And I'm Justin.
And we'll see you guys next week
on the FallCast.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.